prioritizing friendships. After a year of quarantine, chances are many of us have missed moments in our friends' lives. But making your friends feel like they're an important part of your life takes a bit of romance. Joining us today to explain why romance isn't just for romantic partners is founder and CEO of Smart is the New Sexy, Arsiak Vartinian. Thank you for being here. I think this is a great idea because, let's face it, our friends are really important and relationships across the board are tough, been even tougher this year. So you say romance your friends.
Thank you, Dina, for having me. Yes, when I wrote this blog, I didn't think anything of it. I just literally thought that why not share what I'm doing with my friends and what I do with my husband, because I feel like friendships, I read somewhere, the greatest friendships are like therapy. So that's what inspired me. We know that great friendships are definitely something that is very special and near and dear to us. And as you know, with 2020 and what it taught us was to take a pause and really think about what's important in our lives and who are the people that are important in our lives, and make sure that they know that, because we're not promised tomorrow.
And the tips that you give are so simple, yet I think we do often need reminders. And one of the first ones is ask follow-up questions. Yes. So don't talk the entire time you're talking to your friend.
Truly listen to your friends, right? Let's say your friend had said something about, I don't know, let's say she's at home, she's working from home, she's taking care of kids, her kids, she's e-learning. So many moms out there are doing that, or they're just going through something. Make sure that the next time that you talk to them, that you follow up on those things, because sometimes our friends don't want advice. They just want somebody just to listen to them. So truly listen to them, and just know that maybe you follow up at that moment, or in a couple of days, just reach out and be like, hey, I was thinking about you. How are you feeling? How are you doing? Did you resolve that situation? Is there something that I can do for you, or I could help you with? Just let them know that you're there through thick and thin.
And I love that you say, put a little something in the mail, recognize those special occasions. You know, Facebook tells us there's a birthday, but we need to get it on our own calendars.
I agree. I'm a big believer in sending your friends something. It could be a written hand letter. It could be a birthday card. It could be flowers. It could be a candle, tea, whatever it is that you know your friends might like. Just let them know you're thinking of them, you know, and let them know that even if you write that handwritten letter, because one of them is writing a letter of appreciation too, words matter, you know, words really do matter. And when somebody actually sees that in writing, and I know now I'm taking it way back, when we used to write letters to our friends, let's just go back to the basics, because those are the things that really mattered the most.
But those words of affirmation can be so powerful and so uplifting. I think you're absolutely right. And depending on how comfortable you are, you can either go on a date or even just call them for no reason at all. I mean, checking in, I think, is the big deal.
It's the biggest deal. You know, 2020 has changed all of our lives, and thank goodness that so many things now, you know, the vaccinations are out and people are getting more and more comfortable about being with each other. Whether you schedule a date that's going to be comfortable for them, whether you schedule something as simple as going for a walk, you know, hey, why don't we do something outdoors? Maybe you don't feel as comfortable sitting across from, you know, from me at a dinner table, respecting each other's boundaries, but truly do show them that you appreciate them, and knowing that making time for them, just like as you would in your own personal relationship. These are really important factors to growing that friendship and that long-lasting friendship where you both grow with each other and understand one another. That's really important, just spending time with each other.
And one of the last tips...
Investing.
Yes. And one of the last tips I know is good for your romantic partners, it's good for your friends, it's good for your kids. Put down your cell phone when you're face-to-face.
Oh, that's so important. You know, right? You've been out to dinner and you've looked around and everybody's on their phone. And
it's so sad to see. I mean, people are not speaking to one another at a table.
It is. Isn't that, I don't know about you, but that's my biggest pet peeve. If you're going to go to dinner with somebody, like, I get it. Like, if you have, you know, if you have kids and you have to check in and you're out to dinner, like, just make sure you let your friend know, hey, my kids are with the babysitter, or my kids are with, at home with my husband, and I just want to make sure that everything's okay. I'm going to turn my phone over, but from time to time, I'm just going to check on it. Does not mean that I'm not paying attention. You have my full attention. Just communicating that to make sure that your friend understands that, because it is so important. It is just put the phone away. We spend so much time on the phone. It's crazy. When I looked at my phone the other day, how many times I've picked it up, because, the phones now say that, I got scared. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it a priority that I don't do that, because
our goal should be to limit the number that the phone gives you on Sundays to tell you how often you've been on it. Thank you so much. It's simple advice, but it's great advice. We really need to just care for one another and, like you say, invest in people. Thank you so much. You can check out rciac.com for more from Smart is the New Sexy, and still to come.